Hey guys, excited to be with you today. Folks, I want to talk to you about where your eyes go, where your ears go, where your mouth goes, where your body goes, where your feet take you. That is what you become. Okay, that's what you become. There's really nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that. That's how God set this thing up. The exposure. I don't understand how complex this thing is up here, this brain is up here, and what enters into it. But that little song, "Be careful, little eyes, what you see." Our grandchildren are very, very, very young, and so we listen to a lot of children's music. We do, and I love it. I don't have a problem with that at all. In fact, I just don't even get tired of it because I know that this stuff is going into their brains, going into their hearts even. And so when I don't have a problem with it. We're playing some Christian children's songs. We're playing secular children's songs. It's, the ABCs, things like that, and all that. But what's going in, man, it is lodging in there. It is lodging in there. But I don't want you to think for one moment. I don't want you to think for one moment that that's not true of adults. Okay? Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. See, for the Father up above is looking down with love. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Same with your ears. Same with your mouth. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you hear, because it's going in. So many Christians, and listen, I have, this is probably true of me too. I mean, in fact, I know it is at times, but we are making decisions to listen to things that we ought not listen to. All right. I'm not saying listen to the filth, but I may be listening to the wrong people speaking into my ears. I may be listening to the wrong people speaking into my life. I love podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasts, but sometimes the theology is kind of messed up, man. It's weird. It's terrible. Look, we got to be careful what we see. We got to be careful what we hear. You say, well, it doesn't affect me. I just enjoy their music. I just enjoy this. Listen, if it's filthy, if it's wrong, no matter what, it is feeding into you and it is lodging in there. It is very hard to dislodge it and get it out. Okay, so be careful what you're looking at. Be careful what you're listening to. It's going in and it's pouring into your mind. Words matter, and what is said matters. And so when that pours into us, it lodges in there, and we have to say, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not listening to this anymore. Be careful what you say, okay? Because it is speaking into people's lives. It's important that you understand that the power of life and death is in the tongue. That's what the Word of God says. And as a Christian, you ought to be speaking life into people. That doesn't mean that you're always speaking nice things. Certainly, sometimes we've got to confront people about things that they're doing or things they're involved in. All that has to happen. But it does mean that you're careful with the words, that you're speaking life into them. You're not speaking that they can never get out of it, but instead you're speaking that they can get out of it. That you're speaking life, that you're encouraging them, that you're building them, and at times that you're admonishing them, that you're getting on to them, if that's the way you want to say that. But be careful what you say. Be careful what you're listening to. Be careful what you're hearing. Be careful where your legs take you, okay? Be careful the places you go. You say, well, Jesus went here and here. Jesus never went into the filth of sin and stayed there and participated in what they were doing. What Jesus did was he walked into situations. He told them the truth. He desperately pleaded with them to follow him, He never wanted them to stay in sin. He often said, sin no more. He often would talk about hell. He would often talk about heaven. He wasn't participating in any sin. Be careful where your legs take you. So here's the thing. Be careful what your ears hear. Be careful what your eyes see. Be careful what your mouth says. Be careful where your legs take you. Be careful where your legs take you, because all of that affects you. All of that can transform you in a negative way if you're not careful, but certainly in a positive way if you are. Love you guys. Bye-bye.